Welcome to One Brain Cell Breakdowns, where me and my single brain cell cover various seasonal anime currently airing and tell you which ones to watch. We're both so smart that during my senior year of college, we convinced the department head to change my grade in economics from an F to a D so that I'd have the proper credits to graduate. Best D I've ever gotten. So rest assured, your anime is in good hands. Yeah, that about sums us up. We're starting out strong with a wombo of a combo from Studio Madhouse and Mappa. Takt Op takes place in America circa 2047, a time period where all music has been outlawed due to attracting rampaging alien monsters known as the D2. So basically, they're just YouTube copyright bots. Opposing them are the music art, young girls containing musical scores, and the conductors who help direct them in battle. Also in this series are various instances of actual musical terminology and history which are presented quite well, to the point that you can tell that the creators have vast knowledge and passion on the subject. Like, can you believe they actually put Beethoven in this anime? Just listen to this. I should have expected that. In just a few episodes, this show has conveyed a wonderful sense of adventure through the characters traveling around America with the goal of reaching the Symphonica in New York. This even has a chance to be one of my favorite shows from an already stacked year of anime. There's an exquisite level of style put into this, from the character designs and the usage of musical sound effects to the super fluid and colorful animation. Forget the baller-ass fight scenes. Look at how joyful this entire piano duet scene is. The work put into her hand motions and how expressive she is playing next to her crush. It's just so wholesome. I already treasure this character. Now that is what I'd call a banger. This one's purely a comedy anime that throws out constant in-your-face jokes. While some of them might be a bit repetitive, I've mostly been getting a good laugh out of the show. Much of the comedy is centered around the relationship between Ronaldo, a vampire hunter, and Dralik, a vampire who keeps getting himself killed. He dies like a CPU Pidgey that keeps worthlessly spamming sand attack over and over. After his castle is blown to bits, Dralik forcibly moves himself into Ronaldo's apartment, much to Ronaldo's dismay. At the very least, Dralik is a gamer vampire, so he brings along a wide collection of games. Oh no, he's a pro Smash Brothers player! Oh my god! I can see your panty outlines. I'm pretty conflicted on this one. On one hand, this has an interesting concept with some well-crafted monster designs that produce some genuinely spooky and even wholesome moments. On the other, and even as someone who usually likes it, the fan service in this can be rather overblown and interruptive. Like this walking scene right here where the shadow just happens to be slowly creeping over her titty. Who turned Shikamaru into a hentai protagonist? If anything, this is probably best judged as a parody of cliché horror shows, which I believe it's doing a decent job at. The parody elements are mainly shown through the antics and absurd situations that come about from the main character choosing to outright ignore the monsters that only she herself can see. Despite some flaws, I think I'm still going to continue enjoying this.
What if I told you that the constant booty close-ups are actually a deep artistic metaphor that she's on the verge of shitting her pants from fear?
This video is the biggest load of hoo-ha I've ever seen. Why do you insist we watch this stupid thing?
Am I the only one who understands the complexities of this ambitious cinematic masterpiece? This movie isn't stupid! You're stupid!
Oh, Billy, why you gotta be like that?
Sakugan here is about an argumentative or digging father-daughter duo known as Memempu and Gagumber that I'd argue is one of this season's stronger shows, which is no easy feat. Memempu is a super genius 9-year-old girl with her eyes set on traveling outside of the colony in the underground world that they live in, and also becoming a marker, someone who traverses the ginormous labyrinth that surrounds them in order to make maps of it. Unfortunately, her father Gagamer is doing his best to prevent this, as he knows the other parts of the labyrinth are full of dangerous kaiju and other hazards. And no, this isn't the same type of daughter zone as the one in My Senpai Is Annoying. I've been starstruck by how proficiently the underground setting has been illustrated and presented. You can get such a nice feel for the world from the detail put into the background scenery alone. The character animations are also quite amusingly expressive. Most of all, I adore Memempu's determination to break out of the city she's been stuck in and explore the rest of the labyrinth. Essentially, I'd say this is a lot like Decadence, or a slightly more lighthearted version of Made in Abyss. If there's one anime this season that might go down as a hidden gem, it will probably be Moon, Laika, and the Blood-Sucking Princess. I've been appreciating its focus on space travel and how passionate the two main characters are about that. The setting up of the fictional world has been nice too. It takes place in an alternative fictional version of the USSR during the post-World War II space race. An astronaut candidate known as Lev is tasked with handling the Nosferatu project, a program that uses vampires for space travel experiments, as well as trying to figure out who keeps flickering the damned lights. The vampire that Lev is paired with is a young adult girl known as Laika, who I've absolutely been adoring so far. Now holy hell, just check out the beautiful animation of her eating, that tongue, her gorgeous teeth. I think I'm having an erotic Viet Monogatari flashback. Okay, seriously, Laika is more than one of those dumb moe blobs that series with similar elements seem to have. I dig her sometimes sassy nature and her brutal determination to make it to space while grinding through whatever discriminatory shit the fictional USSR keeps throwing at her.
Show her what it means to be a real comrade.
But this is supposed to be the USSR. That song should be for everyone. Hey, what is crackin' Booty Brigade? It's your boy, My Cat Hates You ASMR here, bringing you a new anime about making ASMR. This one kinda creeped me out. Not much else to say about this. Don't forget to smash those like and subscribe buttons. Legends and famous male philosophers have long told of the most dangerous threat facing man, the friend zone. Within anime, the most common victims of it happen to be female childhood friends. However, in the anime My Senpai Is Annoying lies an even more painful zone for lovesick girls, the daughter zone, where not only does the tiny Futaba's co-worker seem to see her as a friend, but he also views her like she could be his kid due to her petite and adorable nature. Hey, don't be sad. At least you can still call him daddy. For the most part, this feels like a reverse Uzaki-chan where the senpai is the so-called annoying one. So far, this anime seems very okay. There's a couple of decent gags and the dialogue is alright, but what truly stands out for this anime is the opening. Like, goddamn, this must be where all the budget went, which left them unable to afford to animate the rest of Futaba's chest.
さあ次は商品番号6番スオイゲル出身13歳外傷なし300万より開始します
Hey, which of you goons greenlit this anime taking place on Jeffrey Epstein's island? For an isekai premise that seems rather basic, I still have fairly enjoyed this one so far. After dying on a mission, a stubborn older man who is an assassin gets reborn in another fantasy world, with the task of becoming an assassin. This is nothing groundbreaking, but both the animation and production value seem nice, while the batch of traditional isekai female waifu characters are also fairly likable, which means it's a 10. Another isekai from this season is The Faraway Paladin, which follows Will, a boy training to become a paladin who was reborn in the underworld but carries rather vague memories of his past life. There he gains 3 new parents: Blood, the skeletal warrior, Gus, a spectral sorcerer, and Mary, a mummy princess. So does that mean he gets to suck on her mummy milkers? What? Nothing wrong with a little bit of family fun.
Phthalo blue. A little bit of phthalo blue.
After driving weebs crazy for years by waiting to release anime until they finish, Netflix is finally airing one of them weekly.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Blue Period revolves around a high schooler named Yatara who can't seem to get true fulfillment out of anything. While smart and talented, any praise or joy that he receives just doesn't feel genuine. Fortunately, this is put to a stop after a painting from another student that blew him away inspires him to put actual effort and emotion into a painting of his own. He dubs this painting his Blue Period. This is followed up with Yatara joining the art club while also gaining a desire to attend an art college. In the club, he meets various eccentric characters, which are one of the highlights of this series, as everyone just feels so realistic. Through Yatara and the other students, this series emotionally represents the work, struggle, and expression that are all part of trying to better yourself in something that you're passionate about. I love how Yatara is visually portrayed as getting so absorbed in making art. Even if you don't care for painting, I think this anime will heavily appeal to really anyone that's super passionate about a hobby or a job. Art-wise, it does a great job at showcasing real art techniques and terminology, as well as famous artists. It may even be starting to make me want to do a bit of painting myself.
There it is, folks. My Blue Period.
となると、まずはお金か。いつまでもここにこうやって泊まってるわけにはいかないし。
お金？それなら、おじさんとあの家の子供を殺せばいいよ。
Whoa, that is not very Christian. You ever see a new anime where you're just like, damn, a decade ago, this would have made me cream my pants? Well, for me, that's Platinum Man this season, and I'm not saying that because of the plot, I'm saying that because of the plot. 15-year-old me would have been eating up all of this edge like a bowl of cereal that cuts the top of your mouth. Based on promotional material and thoughts from manga readers, I kinda had major train wreck expectations going into this, even if it is from the writer of Death Note, which I still hold in high regard. The writing is nowhere near DN's level, but if I'm being completely honest, the first few episodes weren't actually totally terrible. Yeah, it's got a few bruh moments, but there are some legitimate spicy thriller scenes. And let's be real, as nice as these angels' asses are, they'll never be as sexy as Ryuk. Anyways, I'm Battle Royale trash, and I dug how they portrayed the main character's mental health issues. Thus, I'll keep watching this one, even if it does turn into the total train wreck that I was initially expecting. Now this anime, Tesla Note, this anime is an honest-to-God train wreck. This is like Elon Musk was watching X-Arm while wasted and went, hey, I want to make something like this too. We'll throw Tesla in its name and it'll be golden. It never ceases to amaze me how some studios can put out CGI animation this bad. Even the dead, lifeless corpses look more lively than the actual characters. We are now down to the final anime for this seasonal video. So far for me, this one has been extremely special. And I don't mean special like the main character's communication skills. I mean, that's some Shakespeare level shit. Komi Can't Communicate is a comedic slice-of-life series about the relationship between high schoolers Hidehito Tadano and Shoko Komi, a girl who strongly struggles over socializing with others to the point of barely even being able to speak. Excuse me for just 1 second. And despite that nervousness, Komi has the tedious goal of making over 100 friends. Tadano agrees to help her with this after the two have a lengthy conversation on the school chalkboard. So there are just way too many qualities I want to praise about this anime. Episode 1 had some of the best production and animation I've honest to God seen in the premiere of a new series. The amount of flavor and personality they've added to what would normally just be still shots or rather static conversations was nutty. Even the typography has more character than most Isekai protagonists. That production value, merged with the clever dialogue, has produced some very powerful interactions between the main characters. The focus on Komi's desires to polish her social skills and make tons of new friends emotionally reminded me of my own recent attempts at breaking out of my shell and connecting with strangers at conventions. Her entire existence and determination makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Now, despite me blowing my load all over this, I can see this not being for some, but if you're a fan of Kaguya-sama, or well, anything that focuses on awkward socialness, please watch this. I won't even be getting into all the things I appreciate about it, which is a lot. I also want to suggest watching this one through fan subs, because Netflix butchered a lot of the subtitles by barely translating a lot of the written dialogue. which, I don't know, doesn't seem like a great idea considering that's how Komi literally communicates.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Well, that's it. My single brain cell and I have finished covering seasonal anime for the year of 2021. Now, I know this might be a super bold claim, but with this season already seeming super solid, I think when combined with this year's other seasons, it cements 2021 as one of the strongest years for anime ever, which I'll be getting more into in my anime year in review video at the very beginning of next year. And since I typically don't cover sequel seasons, I'd also like to throw out a suggestion to check out the anime 86, which the second season of is currently airing. If you like war crimes, give it a shot.
Can somebody call an ambulance?
Hey Booty Brigade, hope y'all enjoyed that one. I also did not have time to put one more final show into my script in time. That is Wit Studios' Ranking of Kings. It's a really good one with splendid animation. I never knew an anime could make me feel so emotionally invested over a tiny black blob with eyes. Also, Patreon thanks to Snap Zenith and Shin AMV. If you want to, support me as well, all the links and extra info is in the description below. That's all for this time. Peace out, Booty Brigade.